every country on this, I believe, except for Paraguay, would have had at least a 15 to 20% black population. But again, intentionally bring in lots of white people, and then the black population goes away. 20th century here. Last little slide, and I'm almost out of time. I'm over time. 20th century is when blackness becomes cool again, I guess, in South America and around the world. So they start embracing their ancestral roots with Africans. So it had been for a very long time the idea of whitening. Whitening is modern, we have to be like the United States, like Europe. These are places without majority black populations, ignoring the whole black population of the US. But they started embracing the 1950s, during the Cold War. This is an image from Carnival in Rio de Janeiro. Carnival takes place in all Latin American countries. There's a huge one in Montevideo, Uruguay, Rio, the Caribbean. But for a very long time, the governments in power would not allow Africans to participate in carnival parades. Again, they're getting the culture from these black people. Montevideo takes, what is it? I forget the name, but it's something like, it's an African word which they use for their carnival celebrations, but would not let Africans participate in carnival celebrations in the parades. So it's a hugely weird paradox, but this is rectifying in the 1950s onward. So Brazil, very, very big now. 1980s, revitalizing the Black Past. This is when a lot of historians from the global north, so the US and Europe, and also South American historians, sociologists, anthropologists, are going back to kind of discover what has been intentionally lost. Going back to Arturo Schomburg, where we started. They are knowing that, again, I just speak about Argentina, what else my undergrad focus was the black people in Buenos Aires, so I know that the best. But there was black newspapers, there were black political organizations, all these things happened, but again, they were kind of diminished and underdone. So in the 1980s, they get the resources, they get all of the primary documents to kind of bring this back into the forefront, to where this is now kind of becoming a huge thing. The last thing I'll say is 2004, the bicentennial of the Haitian Revolution is what kind of kick-started blacks again, like another re-push. Because that again was the first independent black nation in this hemisphere. It's the only one to be from a successful slave revolt, and it's the only one to abolish slavery wholeheartedly, immediately, with no questions asked. Yeah. Any questions on anything? You got something?
Well, question for the statement.
Okay.
If education is supposed to be the true act of liberation, why is it that we don't have ethnic studies programs within our colleges here that teach what you're talking about?
Budgets? I mean,
yes.
It's bullshit, but I mean, that's what it is. That's what, you can look at like the humanities in general. Stuff gets cut for STEM. They need different budgets, different stuff, this would be my guess. I love teaching this though. This is what I like, why emoji is great and everything. But yeah, it's just not valued. I mean, 80 years ago with Schomburg and with Carter G. Woodson, they had to carve out like tooth and nail for a week. And that was 80 years ago, even though black people have been in this country since 1619. So you've got 407 years to get a week. And you've got 50 more years roughly to get a month. And we're only 40 years after that. So that's my practical rant there.
And we all thank And so I'd like to invite the Emoja students and any other students who would like to take a picture with Dr. Marston. Yes, I want you to leave this slide.
Okay, yeah. Lots of more okay. It'll be on the side.
So, thank you all for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
We're a little late, Dr. Pearson.
Hey, Ruby, you missed all the test stuff.